While most Americans have put their COVID concerns in the rearview mirror, not everybody is ready to move on. More than 1,300 New York Times employees are refusing a return to the office 3 days a week, while demanding raises of more than 13%, with no mandatory return until next summer. The workers also expressing their distaste after the Times gave employees branded lunch boxes this week as a return to office perk. And elite college campuses across the country, like NYU and Georgetown, still have some form of an indoor mask mandate in place. Dana, I heard a little chuckle there. Was that at the lunch boxes? Or?
Yeah, the lunch box.
Yeah.
I think that if I was at the New York Times and they sent me a lunch box, I'd be like, okay, well, guys, you're not really getting the point. They had over 1,000 employees writing comments basically saying inflation is killing them. Like, oh, well, you could put that on the front page.
Yes, but they don't.
That might be something. Like, they're really saying that. I think that inflation obviously is taking a bite. Also, I believe that commutes are an issue.
Yeah.
Our infrastructure is not kept up. People are realizing, well, wait, if I can be home and get there in time for the Little League game and I'm doing my job just fine, why do I have to be in the office? Now, I'm actually a proponent of being in the office. I think there's a lot of benefit to it, but I understand where these people are coming from. But my last point is, another problem is the open plan office. People are going crazy because they can't stand listening to all of their colleagues' conversations and the noises and everything. And the companies go back and forth. They'll do individual offices, and then they'll go to open plan. Individual offices, open plan. Bloomberg, when he was running for president, said he was going to make the West Wing open plan. And I said, oh, he's going to lose.
And perhaps that's why he lost. Greg, you hate listening to people
in
the office.
I hate, and it's all, obviously it's Jesse's staff that drives me crazy. But it must be hard for the New York Times to write about downplaying inflation now when their whole staff is rebelling over inflation. And also think about the jobs that people show up to and die. Right? They're like, these people want to stay home because they feel unsafe. Maybe they might get COVID. Talk to a logger or a deep sea fisherman. They show up. And when an arts and culture editor says, I feel healthy if I just stay home, they should fire him. As an employer, you cannot forfeit the right to require people to come to work, right? The problem is we've expanded the idea of health to encompass so many things, from gun ownership to the use of gender pronouns. Now that anybody could say, like, I don't feel healthy, and you, by requiring me to come to work, kind of puts me at risk. This is a luxury protest. These people don't make life work, right? They're not truck drivers, electricians, plumbers. Could you imagine a plumber working from home? You need like a Zoom snake. Like a Zoom snake to go into your toilet? Or maybe you'd have to, people would have to come to you with your clogged plumbing. You have to carry your toilet to the plumber. That would not work.
No, it wouldn't.
One of the interesting thing is that there's more unionizing now, because they're saying, look, you're asking us to do more. You're asking us now to spend money on gas, on lunches, on clothing. Everything's more expensive for us to come to work. And that's not in our contract that we have to come to work, because nobody ever thought to put it in the contract. I mean, usually you got a job, you came to work. And like Dana, I think we all need to be here, but, I kind of get it. But the unionizing, I think, is going to create a real power struggle with management. But the unions, you have to think about it. It's not management's fault that we're in this mess. It's China's fault that we're in this mess because of COVID. And now people got a little lazy. They got a little comfortable, whatever it might be. I don't know. But it's a shame, because management now is saying, look, you get your butt to work at Goldman Sachs or you get your butt fired. And that's okay, too.
Mm-hmm. I do think that's okay. Is that...
Yeah, there's two types of people in this world. There are the people that enjoyed the pandemic protocols, and then there's the rest of us that wanted to get back to normal. It just so happens that all the people that liked being locked down are in academia and in the media. They're shy people. They enjoy submitting to the government, and they like self-righteously judging other people who don't submit to the government. So that whole concept of being home alone felt comfortable for them, because it's a big, scary world for a lot of these introverts, and they're trying to lock in this permanent mole mentality, and the rest of us are looking at them like a bunch of weirdos. You need a lunchbox to show up to work? Come on.
To spend a day in your mind would be interesting.
Oh, you have no idea.
I think I do.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.